Hi Queens, Sam here. I hope that you're doing amazing. In today's video, I want to share with you time management tips for single parent. As you guys know, I'm a single mother by choice. I have three beautiful young kids that I'm raising by myself. And since I've become a parent, I have to say that I've had to implement some changes as far as my time goes, just to make sure that I could survive. That's just what it is. When you become a parent, you don't get an extra hour or an extra couple of hours in your day. You have the same 24 hours like anybody else that now you need to manage, and taking in consideration that now you have, like those young beautiful little ones in your life to take care of. So before I dive into it, don't forget to like the video, also subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. I will be talking more and more about, I guess, the two other topics on my channel, which is essentially parenthood and lifestyle, because I've been talking a lot about money. I'm still going to be talking about money. You guys know I'm still going to be talking about that, but I also want to have some videos that are like more related to lifestyle and parenthood. So my video today is mainly about parenthood and especially about single parenthood, because as a single parent, you are the one, who's like responsible all the time, most of the time, and you don't really have that partner, like the second partner to count on to help you. So you are busy, you are just very very busy, and you have to acknowledge that. And here are some tips for you when it comes to your time management that you can implement to really help you. The first tip is essentially you becoming comfortable, very very comfortable saying no. So you need to protect your time, like, because it's such a precious thing. I always say, as much as I'm really into money, there are three things that are more important to me than money. It's my time, my health, and my relationships. So when it comes to my time, especially now that I have those little ones in my life, I am very very protective on my calendar. So when people come to me and they're like, oh, would you like to go here, would you like to do this, I really take a step back and I think about it, because you might give the yes really quick, not realizing that it's going to be taking you 10 hours to figure out things and really being able to deliver. Because once you commit, you really want to go through and you don't want to let people down. So it's just easier to say the no right away than like saying the yes and maybe dragging it, and maybe at the end backing out of it and be saying, oh sorry, I can't make it and all that. So people might feel a bit frustrated for you saying no, but at least you give them a firm answer, and so they know from the get-go, instead of you giving them the yes because you want to please them and whatnot. So that's something that I've become really comfortable saying, and that's something I also think that as Black women we should be saying way more, to protect our time, to protect our money, to protect our energy. And so I don't even need to justify. Even at the beginning I will get into justification, but now I'm like, no, sorry, I can't make it. And that's pretty much it. People who love you and care about you will totally understand. Trust me on that. The second time management tip is essentially becoming comfortable asking for help and delegating. And I'm saying that I'm still struggling with it, and it's coming from someone as the eldest, you know, daughter of my family, first child of a family of five kids. I was brought up and groomed into thinking that essentially people should be the ones coming to me to ask for help. I should not be going to people to ask for help. And so I should be having the answers to people's problem. And for the longest time, I thought that was the case. And now I know it's not the case at all. And it's okay for me, even, being the oldest kid of the family, to be able to ask for help, whether it is from my younger siblings, from my friends, for whomever that I think can actually help me. And I struggle with that not only in my personal life, but also in my professional life, because right now I have a team that I'm leading, and I need to be comfortable delegating and asking for help, because I cannot do everything by myself. That's not the point. Being a leader is not about you doing everything by yourself. So it's really something I'm still learning and I'm getting more and more comfortable with. And to be quite honest, I also realize that sometimes we tend to wait for people to offer help. But the reality is, if you are someone who's like a top performer, you come across as someone who you have your stuff in order, you do all of your things and all that, people will not feel that comfortable offering their help, because they don't want to frustrate you. They don't want you to think that essentially that they think that you're not enough, that you are weak or anything like that. So as one of my friends says often, she says, closed mouth don't get fed, and that's pretty much it. So if you need the help, don't sit and be like, yeah, people should see that I'm actually drowning here and come and help me. It's like when you're drowning literally in the water. Usually when they tell you, like, the swimming instructor or the snorkeling instructor is like, if you feel like you're drowning, make a fuss about it. Make a fuss about it. Don't assume that people around you will see you drowning, or like don't be like, oh my god, I feel ashamed that I'm actually drowning. Make a fuss, make some noise so people know that something is happening. It's the same thing as a single parent. If you feel like at one point that there is a lot going, that maybe you're not able to keep up with everything, raise your hand and ask for help. And that could be also you being able to pay someone to come and look after the kids while you rest, while you do something else, while you go run for errands, anything that you need to do that maybe really taking care of the kids is preventing you from doing that. So that's the second tip. The third tip is essentially you need to become really good at planning. If you are not a planner, when you become a parent, especially a single parent, you need to be able to plan. Like before, maybe you can go, willy nilly with your time and figure things out as you go. With kids, you need to plan ahead. I'm gonna give you an example. My older started kindergarten this past September. I was so excited, right? Because then I don't get to pay daycare anymore. That frees up some cash in my budget. Some additional money for me in my pocket. But come to realize that I need to prepare lunch for this child, lunch and three snacks every day from Monday to Friday. When this child is going to school, I need to prepare that. That was not something that I was doing before. And so I had now to kind of like change my routine and be like, okay, I need to do this the night before, because if I leave it to the morning where we all getting ready to leave the house, like I'm by myself trying to get two 18 months old and one 4-year old ready to get out of the door. Like I cannot have, on top of that, having to prepare his lunch and his snacks, and maybe if I'm going to the office, my lunch and some of my snacks, and on top of that, fixing breakfast for them in the morning. So regardless of how tired, exhausted I am, the night before, I need to find that energy in me for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, whichever time it takes, to at least prepare the food that my child will take to school the following day. And even for myself, I'm going the following day into the office. I need to prepare also the food for myself. And if I have a bit more energy in me, I even go a bit further and I prep for breakfast the following day. So then in the morning, if it happened that someone is having a meltdown or throwing a tantrum, I'm not that stressed because I know that I've already gotten some of my breakfast item ready. And I even go as far as even prepping some of our dinner the following day, because especially if I'm not going to be working from home, I know coming from the office, picking up the kids from daycare/school, coming into the house is going to be chaos, all of that. And so if I can prep a bit of my dinner, even for the kids and myself, it's a big win. So then I get to spend more time with them, right? So it's really, how can you plan ahead to create those pocket of time where you can get to spend more time with your children. So the fourth time management tip is essentially simplifying your life. And that's something that honestly I realized last year, especially last year was the year my twins were born. And going from one child to three children is a huge adjustment. And so for me, I was like, okay, there are so many things that I'm involved in right now that I cannot do anymore. And one of them was me being part of a board for an organization that actually caters to female black youth from age 16 to 22. The name is Future Black Female, and I love their mission and vision. I was involved with them for 3 years or so as a board member. But then I came to the realization that having three kids now and trying to attend the board meetings and do some work as board member in between meetings, so many things that I was doing even with one child before with no issues, with three children right now, it's not possible. So I had to resign, and that really broke my heart. And probably you guys have noticed, if you have been on the Wealthy Black Women Summit page, I am giving 10% of the ticket sales to Future Black Females. So that's my way to still support this organization and give them support them and give them some money at this point, because I'm not giving them my time as much anymore, but also keep the link with them, so you know that by getting you also your pass for the Wealthy Black Women Summit, which I strongly encourage you to come to, if making money and growing money is something that is important to you, then you need to attend the Wealthy Black Women Summit. So once you get your pass, 10% of your ticket sale is going to feature Black female, and you can actually go on their website. I put the link to the website on the event page, and you can see the amazing job that they're actually doing. But again, coming back to the fact that you need to simplify your life, especially when you become a single parent, those are the things that unfortunately you have to look at your calendar and be like, okay, where can I create the time right now? Because listen, I'm not sleeping, I'm cranky, I'm not really my best self, and you have those kids around you that you still want to be with, and you want to be really in a good mindset around them. So I had to give up that, and also that I'd already given up a long time, even before, not before, but really around the time that I actually had my first child, is that I love salsa dancing and I love bachata dancing. Like I love you know Latin music, listening and dancing to it. But I had to put that right now on the back burner because having young kids, I can't find time to go to any social dancing or anything like that. Even if I find someone to look after them, well, maybe I want to go for a nap. Maybe I just want to run errands or just catch up with friends, but not so much to be dancing, because I just realized that if I go back to it and I'm not consistent at going back, that's gonna be a bit of a bummer for me. So I'm like, for now, in this season of my life, I'm not doing salsa dancing. I'm not doing bachata dancing. I'm still listening to the music. I'm still dancing for myself at home, but I'm not going, to clubs or to events or parties around that. It's just not happening right now. But I also know it's just for now, right? So once the kids are older, more independent, and all that, I'll be able to do it, and I will be that 80-year-old dancing salsa dancing on the table. Yeah, that will be me. 80, 90 year old. You can write it down somewhere. I will be that one. So I'm like, it's fine. I've done so much of it before the kids, and I'm still gonna do so much of it after the kids are grown and gone. So that's perfectly fine. Again, not having that in my calendar has really helped me simplify my life and creating those pockets of time that I can allocate to the kids. And so the last time management tip is find ways to be present. And for me, it's so important. I'm someone who's also big on meditation, and that has really helped me in terms of being mindful, whether it is for my money, for my time, for things that are going on in my life. And so with the kids, I realized that I had to reach a new level of mindfulness. And let me give you an example. Back to the time we were still living in Playa del Carmen, I was still pregnant, but really getting close to the birth time for my twins. And so I was hanging out with my oldest. We were like in the garden at our place, beautiful outdoor space, and he was kind of like playing the garden there, playing with the flowers. But there was something that I was dealing with the clinic, kind of like trying to formalize something before the birth of my twins. So I was busy on my phone. I was still looking at him, from the eye of my corner, as we like to say as parents, kind of keeping an eye on them. But at one point, I look at my left hand. So my phone was in my right hand, but I look at my left hand, and there was a yellow flower in my left hand. I could not tell you exactly how that yellow flower got there. I'm not even kidding. So come to realize, after kind of like, how this flower landed on my hand? And then I realized that at one point, probably my oldest came. He must have, got the flower from the garden, a small flower, and then came to give it to me. I didn't even acknowledge him. I didn't say thank you. I, gave him a hug for that because I was so absorbed in what I was doing on my phone. And that scared me. And at the same time, I felt so sad because I'm like, he's young, but he did realize that I did not acknowledge him at that particular time where he gave me a gift. I don't want that. I don't want that. And so I try to be present, mindful as much as possible when I'm with the kids. And by doing all of those other tips, by implementing all of those other tips that I just talked about, which is essentially being comfortable saying no, planning ahead, also delegate, and sorry, the fourth one, which is essentially yeah, so delegate, being able to say no, plan ahead, and I'm forgetting about the fourth one, but essentially by simplifying your life. So by being able to implement all of those four tips, that is really helping me when I'm with the kids to be present with them. And it's huge because the present time we cannot get it back. When I say time is more important to me than money, I really mean it. The present time, that 5 minutes that just went by, you watching this let's say this video for the past, I guess it's getting to 15 minutes now, you cannot get it back. So of course I'm very honored and grateful for you, essentially you taking that 15 minutes of your time to listen to this video, and I'm hoping that you're getting value from it, because that's really what we want, right? Like, if we're going to be around people we love, or watching a video, or doing anything, we want to get value from it. But again, so all of that has really helped me to for that time management tip, which is essentially be present. And for me, that means as much as possible not to be on my phone when I'm with the kids. I might have my my earbud because I'm listening to something. But even that, I'm also trying to stop that, because then I'm not fully present, right? Because I'm listening to something, I'm looking at them, I'm interacting with them, and I just usually have one earbud. But how present I am really at the end of the day, I don't think I'm 100% present, right? So all of those tips, I'm hoping that it's going to be helping you to manage your time better as a single parent. And if you have any tip that you want to share, please do so in the comment below, so we can all learn together, because this journey of parenthood, this journey of single parenthood, it's not easy. It's totally worth it, it's valuable and whatnot, but it's really hard, especially if you live in a country like I live in Canada, where things are expensive, and so and you have to be running and doing things, so many things by yourself. It can get really tough, right? So make sure to share those tips in the comments below. Even if you're not a single parent, please let us know, because we can all learn from time management tips from parents. But I really wanted to come out here and share that with you. So I'm going to leave you. Before I leave you, again, a quick reminder: the Wealthy Black Women Summit is happening on November 16. Please make sure to secure your pass. The prices are going to be increasing at the end of October, depending on when you actually watch this video. So make sure to actually buy your pass. And by doing so, as I said, you will be contributing 10% of that uh, ticket price. You'll be contributing 10% to Future Black Female. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep on building wealth. Bye.